Hello, my name is Kenrick Fang. I am an industrial design student. For the purpose of this presentation, I will be showing you my research about the study of user emotional interaction towards a partition design. Partition design is a divider which separates spaces in between. It is used in homes, offices, or cafes to allow users to have their own privacy. There are also a lot of partitions that gives different function for user. Such partitions are the portable ones, which the portable partition can allow user to shift the size of their surrounding areas and create different spaces. This in turn gives a different impact in interacting with human emotion and the physical space around the area. Therefore, the spaces created by the partition design stimulated different moods to the environment. However, the problem for partition design are often overlooked as objects without purposes. Most partitions are not designed based on the emotional component and therefore has neglected the human factor in design. So, to study the emotional interaction of the partition design, there are three research objectives which are to investigate the emotional interaction of the user to partition wall design, to propose the emotional system with three types of levels through the study. The three levels are the visceral levels, behavioral level, and the reflective levels. That is theorized by Mr. Donald Arthur Norman. While the last objective is to validate the partition wall design influencing the user emotional state. Moving on, the research has also conducted a few data analysis by collecting data from respondents through survey and interviews. The results shown in that 84.6% of the respondents agreed that partitions are important, while 87.2% of the respondents also agreed that partition design also influences mood. 83.6% agreed that good design is determined by the emotion. Qualitatively, there are a few respondents which give similar feedback during the interview, such as respondent 1 mentioned simple and understandable and does not like complicated, which is similar to respondent 2, which wanted simple and easy to manage. While respondent 3 also mentioned minimal design and that complicated design gives tension and unease feeling. Therefore, most of the respondents believe emotion can give quality design and that simple and minimal design is preferred as it gives emotional attraction to the environment. The results are then analyzed to create a proposed design. The concept of the design is about the country's pride that is adapted by the Petronas Twin Tower and the city landscape of Malaysia. The design will undergo manufacturing process and the prototype will then validate by the local furniture manufacturer. The previous scale prototype 1 to 8 needs some improvement, such as the size, the color, and the usability. I created a latest prototype that is scale 1 to 5 with different colors and texture. The material I used to create the prototype are laminate paper, foam core board, satay stick, and aluminum foil. To drill the hole, I used the screw to dig the hole on the side panel, while I also uses the aluminum foil to make the metallic strips on the prototype. Next, I also make the hinges of the partition so that it can be rotatable. The hinges are made out of leftover laminated paper and rolled according to the size of the Cipta stick. The Cipta stick will then insert into the hinges and made as a supporting mechanism between the side panel and the middle panel. So this is the newly improved prototype that I use. This is the 1:5 scale of the partition wall design. So as you can see, the improvement of this is the color of it. You can see is in contrast, and then the texture is also very realistic, as I use different kind of laminate that is I bought it from Mr. DIY, and then I laminate it on it. So this whole thing is not actually wood, is using foam core to make it, and then the texture is laminated by the aesthetic of the wood. So as you can see, the newly improved of the prototype is that it's bigger, and then it's the same functional as you can see, and then it has a different contrast as followed, like the colors. For example, there is no white color on the Petronas Twin Tower in the previous version, and then there is a contrast of the color between, as you can see, there is the texture of the Petronas Twin Tower in contrast with the background of the wooden texture behind it. So you can see that it's a bigger version than the latest one, as this is the previous one. So it's quite small. So this is like 1:8 scale of the prototype, and the improvement of it is the color and the usability of the prototype.